Okay, we are back. It's been a while. Things happen. Anyway, it is another episode of Ink Transfer Drawing with Mark Zimmerman. My name is Mark Zimmerman, and this is ink that I'm rolling out on a sheet of plexiglass. Nice thin layer of intense, dark, black, stiff ink. What I'm going to do is lay a sheet of paper on top of that ink, and then I'm going to draw and rub on the back of that paper, transferring the ink to the front and creating an ink transfer drawing, which I'll splash a little watercolor on at the end too. So I don't want it to move or I get smudges, so I'm going to tape it down so it can't move. That ink is inside a rectangle of tape, and I can find that corner and then drag that pen along the edge of that tape, feel that edge. And that tells me where my ink is at, where I need to do my drawing. Okay, I'm going to draw a little baby skunk because he's cute. Let's just kind of put a little nose right in here. Don't forget he's got a stripe, huh? Let's figure out where his eye is going to be, about right here. And kind of light around the eye, darker under the eye. I'm looking at a photograph. I don't actually know baby skunks well enough to draw them without a photograph, so here's the stripe on his head. And then he must have an ear. Boy, but it does not show much. I think it's right here. I think it's a darker spot about right there. So darker just means a little more pressure on the back of the paper. And as you can see, ink transfer is in part just an excuse to scribble. You'll notice I don't set my hand down. If I set my hand down, rest my hand on the back of the paper, that transfers ink as well. So I have to keep my... Oh, he's got cute little paws. Oh, I've never looked so carefully at a skunk. Generally, you see a skunk, you don't look too carefully, you just get out of there. My pen's not working. The pressure of the pen is still transferring ink, but I can't see what I'm doing, so I'm going to get it restarted over there. Little hind leg here. And take a little closer peek at what that looks like. If you hear some crunching sounds, that's my puppy. She's on the floor at my feet. She's got a bone she thinks she should chew on. There's his little butt. I saw several baby skunks once up in the Badlands of North Dakota backpacking, and actually I was backpacking. They were just standing there with their tails in the air. And their mother didn't even seem to care that we were there. She figured the little guys and their tails could take care of us. And of course she was right. Pen's not working again. There it goes. I got some scratch paper over there I can kind of quickly go to and get that pen started again. But all that transfers anyway, even without ink showing up on the back. Pup is rolling on her side and back now. That's a good bone, apparently. She doesn't even know it, but it's a fake bone. She thinks it's the real thing, I think. Who knows what she thinks? She's at least happy with it. There's our little baby skunk. And put him on a log. With some scribbly grass down in the bottom. If I touch the back of the paper, remember I didn't put my hand down because if I touch it, it transfers ink too. And can't have a skunk without a flower, can you? And I think I'm going to actually measure something. I kind of want a particular ratio here. So the image area there is 11 inches and 6 3/4 the division of 11 inches into 6 3/4 and 4 1/4 is kind of magical, so we're going to go with that. And we'll just put in a little background real quick like. And there again, my pen's quitting, but it's still transferring. Let's let's do a little more there. And let's take a peek, see what we've done. You never really know what transfers and what needs to be done to it. Yeah, let's just do this. And that should do it. I'm going to get the ink out of here and splash a little watercolor paint on top of our little baby skunk. So I want to do a watercolor wash, so I'm going to put a board underneath there too, so I can tip it in various directions and let the watercolor run. There's the photo I was looking at, and you'll see that it came out backwards, so when I paint this I have to think backwards again. Some people think I think backwards pretty well. Far too well. Let's just put a little, we'll make that into a dandelion, and we'll dance in some highlights down in here. And maybe a bigger brush would be good. Not too big yet. What I've got is liquid watercolor, and the wrong color. So I'm going to put some shadows in here. There we go, some shadows. I kind of did some shadows on the log already, but I'm going to beef those up with a little color too. And I've got a little test paper over there that I can keep going to and testing to see. So we won't have blue and yellow grass, we'll have green grass. How's that? The pup is noisy. I'll have to speak to her about that when I'm done videoing this. Put in a soft greenish background back in here. Can't leave anything white except the stripe on the skunk, it seems to me, or that's not really going to stand out. So I'm going to do something pretty much to the rest of this little drawing. Ooh, I didn't mean to make his nose green. A little more of that violet back up in here. And give him a brown log to stretch on. It looks like he's kind of stretching. Or maybe it's a she. And there's kind of a bluish kind of highlights on the little guy. Maybe not that bluish, but what you gonna do? I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna get some of that out of there. You're gonna dry your brush and come back and pick it up. Dry your brush. Brushes are good at putting paint down, and they're also good for picking it up. So now I'm kind of picking it up. Here we go. Oh, now the dog has a ball going. Let's put a little purple in here too. Little shadow. I think I'll get a bigger brush now and and just whip in a background. Let that paint run downhill the direction I want it to go. So I'm using gravity to help me paint this. You know, the only thing I think is my little brown log looks a little weakish. Let's come back and beef that up just a touch. Okay, so I always sign these in pencil. Let's get our baby skunk out of there. And maybe I don't want quite so much paint right up top of that log. There we go. Getting fussy now. So we'll call it what it is. We'll call it Baby Skunk and then sign it. Zimmerman and date it 2020. And here's our baby skunk. Hope you had fun watching. I had fun making it. Bye for now.